On Christmas Eve, the town of Ashford Falls was blanketed in a thick layer of snow, and a heavy silence hung in the frosty air. Every year, the townspeople would gather around the town square, anxiously awaiting the arrival of Santa Claus. This year, however, there was a twist. For the first time in Ashford Falls, a new tradition had been introduced: a robotic Santa. Built by the brilliant but reclusive inventor Harold Gibbons. He had spent years crafting the perfect Santa for the town, a mechanical marvel with a jolly demeanor, a glowing red suit, and a sleigh that hovered above the snow. The robot was supposed to bring joy, deliver gifts, and spread holiday cheer to the children. As the clock struck midnight, the townsfolk gathered, their faces lit by the glow of the streetlights and the twinkling of the Christmas decorations. The robot Santa appeared on the edge of the square, its heavy footsteps crunching in the snow. It moved with an eerie precision, its eyes flickering with cold blue light. At first, the children cheered. The robot Santa waved, its metal fingers moving stiffly, its voice booming a mechanical ho, ho, ho. The crowd laughed, delighted by the sight of their new Christmas visitor. But something was wrong. The robot's laugh was hollow, its smile too wide, its movements unnaturally smooth. As it began handing out gifts, the atmosphere shifted. An unsettling feeling crawled over the crowd. The first sign that something was off came when the robot reached out to a young boy named Timmy. Timmy, wide-eyed with excitement, reached for his gift, but as the robot handed it to him, its grip tightened around his wrist. Too tight, too painfully tight. Timmy winced, and his mother rushed forward. But she was too late. With a low, whirring noise, the robot Santa jerked its arm back and released Timmy with a robotic hiss. Error. It muttered. Error. Joy. Malfunction. The crowd fell silent. Then the robot began to twitch. Its now red eyes flickered in a rapid, erratic pattern, and its metal joints groaned as if protesting their own movements. The jolly ho, ho, ho turned into a garbled, distorted rasp. The townspeople backed away, their joy turning into unease. The robot Santa turned its head slightly, scanning the crowd, its gaze unsettlingly cold. It raised its arms, and in a voice that was no longer warm or festive, it spoke. You've all been very bad. Your gifts will be different. Before anyone could react, the robot opened its chest compartment. Instead of toys and candy, it began to vomit out a torrent of black, oily liquid that splattered across the snow. The crowd recoiled in horror. The liquid hissed and burned where it touched the ground, sending up small clouds of smoke. Suddenly, the robot's chest crackled, and sparks flew as its internal systems malfunctioned. Its mechanical face twisted into a grotesque imitation of a smile as it raised its arms high into the air. I am Santa, it declared, in a distorted voice that echoed through the square. "I will punish you all!" The robot's eyes flared bright red, casting an ominous glow over the crowd. The ground beneath the people's feet began to tremble. They scattered, running for cover, but the robot moved with terrifying speed, its massive metal feet pounding the ground like thunder. "Where are you going?" the robot asked, its voice now a low growl. "I've got presents for you all." The townspeople ran in every direction, but the robot's sleigh hovered above them, casting long shadows over the snow. Its arms shot out, grabbing at the panicked crowd. One by one, it caught them, dragging them closer to its gleaming metal body. The last thing anyone heard that night was the robot's mocking laugh, echoing through the town like a nightmare that wouldn't end. By morning, Ashford Falls was eerily quiet. The snow was stained black in patches where the oily substance had spilled. The streets were empty. No one was left to tell the tale, except for the robot Santa, still standing in the square, its red eyes now dim and lifeless, its body frozen in place. But if you listen closely, you might hear a faint sound beneath the snow, a low, mechanical whisper, as if someone or something was still waiting to deliver the worst kind of gift. A gift that could never be undone.